add it up to be 100 back. Yep. Boop. We have it there. You get. All right. Then the radius is the edges, the 4 edges of that shape. I want to reduce it. We can do that in 2 ways. It's neither I do it manually here, or I come inside the shape at this dot there. I hold the dot and then I bring it. I say this. Is that dot that I'm holding? And if you're checking your appearance under the radius section, you see it's changing. I can still come here and then I change it as well. I change it to 50. The radius as a sole radius. Did you get that? I should repeat myself, Abby. Okay. So this is a radius. Like, I don't want the edges to be too sharp. That's radius, right? The edges, I don't want it to be too sharp. I don't want the shape. I don't want the radius to be too sharp, right? Yeah. So I want to add a radius, a corner radius to it, or a border radius. So Photoshop will tell you is a border radius. Figma there is a corner radius. So I want to add a corner radius to it to show that fine, this thing, I don't want the edge to be too sharp. So I can do that in 2 ways. The first thing is there's a button in this shape that I just added, and it has this 4 button there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of them are representing a radius for each of the 4 edges that we have there. So let me take it out first. Now, no radius. Now I don't have any radius to it, so I have the edges now to be sharp. But if I want to add a radius to it, 2 ways, like I said. I can come to this edge here, to the appearance there. Then I type in the radius that I want. I have 20. I just input 20 and then I hit my enter key. So I've added corner radius of 20. Did you get? Yeah. Then if I still want to increase it as well, I still come there. I can increase it to 40. Corner radius of what? 40. Did we get? Now, if I want to use the second pattern, which is I want to come in here, this button there, I'll just click on the button, hold it, and then it's neither I drag it down or I drag it up. Neither I drag it down or I drag it up. And if you are also checking the appearance as well, you will notice that the size is also what? Changing. Did you understand? Yes. So that's how simple it is. The sizes are also changing. Now the question should be, what about if I just want to reduce one of the corners? I don't want to change for the 4 edges. Just one of the edges there. Then I have to come down to the same place. Are you seeing my mouse? Yeah? Yeah. Now see this one here. It's showing you the 4 of them. See this one here. This one. It's showing you what? For all of them. Then what did I need to do? If is the right, the top left, this one is the bottom left, this one is the top right, this one is the what? Bottom. So if I want to change for the top right alone, I want to increase the radius of the top right to be greater or bigger than the other 3 edges. I just need to increase it via the size. The dimension, I change it to be 50. So you find out that The top left now is what? Is having more radius than the other. Now, if I want to use the second pattern, which is this pattern here, that's this one now. That's this one. I saying, because I have changed for one, is no longer a group, it's now individual. I think it's because I'm sitting down here. That's why you guys are not catching what I'm saying. Let me just stretch out a bit. So now, before, all of them I'm having the same dimension, right? 23, 23, 23, 23. I now change this guy from 23 to what? 50, right? Now, what I just did now, I separated the four of them. Before, they were one family. They were grouped together. Immediately you just change one, and the dimension is not the same thing with the others. You have separated them. So immediately you separate them, this whole four thing are now Oyo on their own. Did you get? So that is why I can easily change this one, and these ones will not be affected as well. Did you understand that? Yeah, let's try it. Is right? So you can try to reverse. So we are all good, Abby? Fine. Yeah. Let's move on then. Please, if I'm too fast, you need to draw my attention. Okay, so let's move on then. All right. Then these ones now, since you have separated them, you cannot have different dimension from the others. All right. Then the next thing we have there, just like I said earlier, is the fill, where you can be able to change the color from white, red, green, and then if you have a particular color code that you want, then you can come down there. You see where we change, where we have the RGB hexadecimal, the CSS, cascaded style sheet. Well, don't worry about that one anyways. That's for the developers. So we have the hexadecimal, RGB, HSL, and HXB as well. But if you know the particular color code that you want to add, then you can come down here. These are just a basic colors that we have. We have up to 6 million colors. So if you can combine, if you know the combination of RGB, then you can do that as well. If I click on RGB, we have the combination of RGB. Then if you know the combination of hexadecimal as well is alphanumeric. So, but it has a code. Every color has a color code. So you now impute the color code that you actually want. So just don't go more than RGB or hexadecimal. Leave the rest. So if you searched for one particular color, you can get the RGB of that color, or you get the hexadecimal of that particular color. Did you get? So fine. Now that is for the fill. But if the color that you have or you want to use is here as well, then of course you can make use of the color. Now under the color, the fill pattern, we have the gradient here, where you can mix two colors together. That's gradient. I want to apply two colors together. Now I'm having two colors here. For example, I want to change one now to not that black, but black a bit. So I have it like this. So I have it like this. So this gradient now, and the gradient you see under the fill color, but the second option there. So we have the first option to just be the solid color. The second option is a gradient color. The third option there is an image. You want to use a picture as a background. Then I can use an image. Did you get? Yeah. Or you then the fourth option is one you want to use a video, but that's for the subscribers. That's the paid version of Figma, not the free version of Figma, the paid one. Then you can make use of that. But we are just going to be making use of 1, 2, 3. This one now is going to tell you to upload the image. Then you go to your system and you get any image of your choice. So you see, that's an image there. Is because I rotate, I did it. Don't mind me. This Alex Otis special advisor due process, and I'm using this picture. Okay, so this is there. So this is a picture now I'm using as what? As a background. And we'll still get to know some of these filters that Figma has that can help you filter that particular image. But if I don't want to use an image, then I will now have to make use of what? The gradient. If I don't want to make use of the gradient, then I have to make use of the fill color. So those are the three options that we have. Then the next one we have there is the stroke. The stroke is the border color. So what about if I don't want the color at all? I don't want the color at all to that fill. Then you see this minus here. I can minus it out. Does it pop? That I don't want the color at all, because I already added a stroke. And then let me change my stroke color to white. Yep. So you see. So stroke is the border color. Fill is the color for the shape, like inside the shape. Fill is the color you used to fill inside the shape. Then the stroke is the color for the border, right? Then the effect now, the same way we have for the stroke. You see, we still have the fill, the gradient, the shape as well. That you can still use that for the stroke, which is the border. Did you get? Yeah. All right. Enough of my story. Let's go down to the main low fidelity. So the low fidelity that I want to do today now, that I want to work on today, let's start from the bottom tools that we have there. So we have the first tools there is our move tool. The next one is our frame, the shape, the pen, the text, the comment, right? Then we have what is called the action. That is where we have the plugins and everything inside. This move tool, just like we have on the fig jam that we did last week. The fig jam now, they move to, once you select the text or you select a shape, you're moving around, and you want to do something else, you click on the move tool to drop that particular one, and you want to pick another one again. Now, this frame is where we have all the dimension of the project you can do with Figma. Let's see. See here. Let me drop them all so we can see. So the first thing we have there, this is when you click on frame, you'll see, are you designing for any Android component? Are you designing for Android minimum screen, right? Are you designing for an iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Pro, iPhone 16 Pro Max, iPhone 16 Plus, iPhone 14 and 15 Pro Max, iPhone 14 and 15 Pro? These are sizes. Let me show you an example. If, assuming I'm making use of iPhone 16 Pro to design, this is the size of iPhone 16, right? But if I'm designing for iPhone 14, for example, see the difference now. Are you seeing the difference? Yes, that's the frame. So if I'm designing for 14 and then I'm designing for iPhone 16, they are not having the same size. The question should be, how will I know the size to design with? That's a typical question. Let's all go to our frame. The bottom tools there. The second one is the frame. Click on the drop down arrow there. The drop down arrow at the second option. The drop down arrow. Then you click on frame. Then the right hand panel is going to show you all the sizes of fonts that you can use for your design. We have all the sizes of fonts there. We have, if you're designing for tablets, we have all the sizes for tablet as well. If you're designing for desktop, that's the web view, we have all the sizes of desktop as well. If you're doing a presentation, we have the sizes of screen, that are the slide sizes. Now, if you're designing for watch, we have Apple Watch now, we have Oraimo Watch, we have so many watches now. So if you're designing for a watch as well, we have the sizes of watches as well there. Then we have all the paper sizes. Just like I said when we are starting up, I said you can use Figma to design your flyers as well. So if you check down here, you will see social media handles. If you want to design for Twitter, for Facebook, for Instagram, for Dribbles, and for LinkedIn, these are all sizes of what you can use Figma to design. But just like I said, I'm designing an app. So Let me delete this. Let me delete this. I'm deleting this. I'm deleting this. So the frame I want to use for today, I'm going to be using the latest frame. And what is the latest mobile frame? Is the 16 Pro Max. That's what I want to be using. I'm making use of the 16 Pro Max. So everybody, delete your shape and select iPhone 16 Pro Max. Let's delete the shape and select iPhone 16 Pro Max. You're complaining online. Said that you need your help and you're working online. You've been going up and down. The light is ended. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What happened? You know, we have more of our computer online. Things have been going on at home. I don't know. Is it on? Is it on? Have we all added 16 Pro Max? Okay. So now low fidelity design. Let's start up. So what I want to have now, you know, the sample we did in Fig Jam, it was not giving us a big flow. So now let's continue with the low fidelity. So see what I'm doing now. Low fidelity. I've actually I added the 16 Pro Max. Now it gives you the room for you to change the name of this particular frame. These are frame. So it's showing iPhone 16 Pro Max. I don't want that. I double click on it. I change it from iPhone 16 Pro Max. I'm changing it to be my what? It's not my home screen, right? What we have on the Fig Jam is our what? What do we have on the Fig Jam? It's our start. That's what I'm having in my Fig Jam. See it here. This is it now, right? In my flow, I'm having what? I'm having start. What are you guys having in your Fig Jam? Start as well. Okay, fine. So I have start. I go back to my low fidelity. So I change the name of this particular frame to start. Just double click on it. Double click there. You can be able to change the name. So I change the name to start. Then I want to use my shape. Low fidelity is just more of shapes and what? Shapes, colors. Yeah. So now, just like I said, is my start. I add a shape inside, right? Now, the most important thing is to know when the shape is at the middle, when the shape is not aligned to the middle, or when the shape is aligned to the middle. So I have this. So now, see, once I'm moving the shape around, once it's at the middle, this is the center now, but not at the middle. So I'm bringing it down. It's to draw the other line for me to tell me that I saying to show you that I'm in the middle. At the other hand, I want to make use of the alignment in the position section. Is here, but I want to make use of this alignment now. Now, the first alignment is align left. The second one now is align horizontal or center. I click on the align, you see, it moves. See align left, align horizontal center, align what? Right, right? Did you get? So I'm doing it align horizontal center. Did you get? Now, I still have something here again. This is the top. This is what? The middle. And what? This is what? The bottom. So what I need to do, since it's here, if I bring it here, for example, if it's here, I just need to do two things. The first thing, align horizontal center. That's the first one. Then the second one is what? Align vertical center. So it's at the middle. So let's add a shape and align it to the center. Add your shape, align it to the center. Don't allow your shape to be too big. Oh. Shape, not frame. Not shape, not frame. Shape, not frame. So add a shape, align it to the center. Ms. Amarachi, delete that shape. Yes. Select the shape. AC is too much, Abby. You turn it off. Huh? You should turn it off. You should turn on the AC. Okay. Okay, so now. All right. So now, don't forget, it's just for me to. I don't want a few. Okay, now this is a question. Let me see how you're gonna do it. I don't want this shape inside this my frame to have a few color. Take out the few color and add a stroke to it. I don't want this guy now to have a few color. Take out the few color and add a stroke to it. Do it. I know I'm not doing it for you. Do it your own. Mm-hmm. Then I have a problem. Take out a few color. Click on the shape first. There you see few. You're going too far. Yeah. Take off. Just minus that thing. Just minus it. This minus there. Yeah. Minus it. Yes. Minus it. Minus that one again. Minus that one there again. That's all. Then add stroke. Stroke now. You now click on plus. Chicken. Chicken. Where is yours? It has not disappeared. It's still there. See it. See it here. See it here. See it here. Yes. You only minused. You only remove. So add a stroke. The stroke now. That's it. Yeah. So now, under the shape, click on the arrow button on the shape. Click on the arrow button on the shape. The arrow button there. Yeah. Now you see a line. No, that's not a line. That's an arrow. A line. 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 Yes. Yeah. Line. Click on this arrow button. No, this. That's that. Yes. So see line. Yeah. So what you need to do now is to take from this edge to this edge, from this edge to this edge. That's all. Just like I have mine now. See, if you see my own, you see there. So it's becoming more. You see, it's easier. See how you do it. This is your mouth. Let me say, okay, it's fine. So see, you already added something here. Let me delete that one first. So I select the stroke. Just I don't click. So this is where I want to start adding it. I come to that place, I click, I hold it, and then I drag it down like this. Yeah. Now this is where I want to start adding it now. If I select the stroke, this is where I want to start adding it. I'll first of all get there first. I will now click, I will now hold it, then I will now drag it. Did you understand? Yeah, alright. You could do your own now. Okay, fine. Now we have the first page on. So now we need to have another page again. Right? So add another frame. Let's add another frame. The second frame. You forgot where you add your frame. You're asking me where did you get your frame from? Cool. She remembered. Ms. Amachi did not remember where she got her frame from. You did not remember where you get your frame from. Yes, if you're using iPhone 16 from beginning, that's what you use all throughout your project. Ms. Amachi, where did you get your frame from? From where? You remember now? Cool. Add it so that the same line. Just drag it down. So change the name now to what? What are you working on next? Login. So let's do login. That's the last one I'm going to do. Then you'll complete your own. No, just drag it. Click click on this frame so it's going to be in the same height with this one. Click it and drag it up. Click hold. No, it has gone over. Yeah. Yes, cool. So let's do login. If you can do login before me, that's fine. But let's do login together. How do we do login? You can watch me do it. So the first thing is, don't forget, it's always down here you get your frame from. Always down here. So frame 16 Pro Max, right? Yeah. Pop. So I have it. All I need to do now is to click drag the same size. Now I want to have a login. Now, depending on how you want your login to be, how is my login going to look like? That's the first question. So how my login is going to look like is very simple. Don't forget, when you're doing low fidelity, don't forget it's always shape and colors, right? Shape, color, and all of that, and text. So I'm using a shape, rectangular shape. I have this. Don't forget, I'm not making use of what? I'm not making use of few colors in my shape. So this is where you always take out the color. This one is you want to hide the color, not to be showing. But this one I want to take it out. You can use any of them, but I always like taking it out. So I take out this. I add a stroke to it. Sorry, this is an effect, not effect. A stroke. So I have a stroke. So here I'm going to add a radius of 10 or 5, depending. So I have a radius of 5. Then I duplicate this particular one because I'm going to have two. One for um, um, username or email and password. So how do I duplicate to use the same size of shape? So all I need to do is to do what? Select this one. I do Control C and Control what? Yeah, Control C and Control V. See, I have to there. So I'll just click on it and then I drag it down. This is a text field. Now I want to have a button. I still want my button to have the same size. I still do Control V. I've already pasted it once. So this is a button of mine. Right? So now this button I can give this button a field to differentiate a text feed from this button. So the field now I want to add a button, I'll just click on what? Plus addition. That's it. Then I can take out the stroke now. Then I still want a shape. Here, I select this, I highlight, Control C, I copy. These shortcuts are very important anyways. I click here and I do Control V. You see, it pastes for me. Then I drag it up here. This is my login. I can now reduce it if it's too big. Yeah, I can now reduce it. So this is my login. So you can now put a text if you want to by coming down here. You select the text. If you want to, but I'm not saying you should do it. Since it's a login, if you want to, then I come here and then I do login. But it's too small, so let me increase the font. So let's try. Let's try it out. Very simple. I'm not going to say anything. click out. Right click, paste here. Chicken, chicken. So you'll be seeing. Let me show my screen. Okay, it's very simple. Just do your login page for me. Yeah, yes, copy that now. Control C. Okay, fine. So yes, come in there. You have to click on that login. No, click on that login first. Yes, make sure you click on that login so that it will paste inside that place. Drag it up. Click, push it up. No, do Control Z. Reduce it. Reduce it. See minus. I think. See what you have done now. So that's why I say you should do Control Z. Hold on, Control Z. So click there. Just move it up now. No, you don't need to come to the edge. Just inside alone. Yeah, it's okay like that. It's okay like that. You get so you can now plus now to see it. Hold your space. Move it up. Click and move it. Click, hold and move it up, up. So you can see it very well. You see what I did? See where I click? I hold my space so that you can see it very well. Yeah, my button was not having a stroke. Button was having a stroke. Now, once you're done with that login, do sign up immediately. I'm not doing system. So let me see how you're gonna do sign up. Let me see your process. You can drag it down and delete the ones that you can drag down. You can drag it, then delete these ones that you cannot use. Just click on it and press on delete. Oh, you're looking at my screen. Okay, so sign up. Let's go to sign up. For them to give us to 12 k. Let's go to sign up. And you log in, you have sign up. So you see now that the assignment is continue now.